This is the game I was talking about. So as you can see, it's very broken right now. Some of the walls are like this. Some are perfect grids. I can literally, these guys, I think they can damage me, but my health is set to like 5,000, so they can't actually. And as you can see, there's a custom cursor. If I was in the game properly, like maximized and stuff, this would be my cursor. And then these enemies, I'm supposed to be able to kill these, but the sword is broken right now. Like all the melee combat's broken. And then these health things, obviously you can go over there and pick them up. And then the colliders on these. So by the way, so whenever I hit play, it randomly generates a level, right? So if I hit unplay and then I hit play again, all right, floor one, and then all the levels will be generated randomly every single time, right? And then these guys will destroy boxes and stuff that get in their way. I don't know if you saw that, but there was something here, and then he destroyed it. And then all these boxes and stuff, right? All their colliders are not perfect squares. Like this is a circle, basically. And so what this is going to be, or what it was going to be after I got done, is it would be like a whole bunch of randomly generated floors. Just your average dungeon crawler with random generation. And you can the player's not a perfect square either. So the idea was you're going to be able to my player. I was playing, by the way. I was playing. How do I fucking turn off gizmos? Go away. I was playing way too much Bloons Tower Defense when I made this, and this balloon is because I was playing too much Bloons Tower Defense. But it works. You can see when I'm going left or right, or what frame of the animation it is based on the little blue swirly thing next to it. That's to denote which frame it is. It doesn't actually have numbers. But right, so I can go in between these boxes and stuff. And the idea was I was going to have it start generating stuff randomly. And then also, if I turn off the sun, so you can see it a little bit right now, but it was a lot better before I broke things. So there's a lighting effect here. But then before I went through and broke all the walls, all these little bits, all these little blue bits glowed. The walls all had little lights that would glow on them, and it was like really moody. And then you essentially just had like, hold on, if I turn off the sun, maybe it's still on the player. Is it? Oh, it is. Look, so you would just go through this really dark dungeon. You'd have no idea how big it is. You'd see like a vague outline where the exit is, and you gotta get over there. And then you just go there, floor two, right? And then same idea, right? The dungeon gets a little bit bigger. There's new enemies unlocked. The way these enemies are spawned in, by the way. So this is a different enemy. There are a number of them. Prefabs, enemies. Right, so there's quite a few of them, right? There's golem-looking guys. There's ones with little like hoverbots. These little hoverbots shoot projectiles at you. There's different types of hoverbots. And then the colors denote how much health and attack they have and stuff. So like the red ones have really high attack but low health. The yellow ones are kind of like in between. Purple ones are super beefy, but they don't really do much damage, etc. And so the way the scripts go through and handle, hold on, scripts. I think it's underneath this one. I haven't touched this in like a year, so give me some leeway here. Is my mic actually on? It is on. Good. I turned it off for a bit. So the way it actually generates all these enemies and stuff, right? So each level has a currency, and it's tied to like what the number of the level is. And then if you want to think about it this way, right? It uses that currency to go through and buy however many drones it can based on what it's got. So but it doesn't just buy like as many high level ones as possible. It'll buy a randomized number between what it has and what it can buy and the lowest number. So like the max cap and the I guess one or whatever. If it can buy it, it'll try to buy a random number that it can't afford and then move on to the next one. And so that doesn't, it makes it so that I don't have like a million golems. So like some levels might have a whole bunch of beefy enemies, but then that same level, if you go back and replay it, right, whenever it regenerates stuff, so if you're at the same level but a different run, instead of having a whole bunch of golems, it might just have a whole bunch of smaller bots instead. Um, and so that if I'm balancing things correctly, that would have the same difficulty level, just different challenges. And then like towards the end, whenever it gets these little tiny floating bots, it just spawns in as many of those as possible because those are like my one cost enemies or whatever. They're like they take a single sword swing to kill. But then so the idea would be you would go through all these levels. Hold on, I can show you. The reason the walls are broken, I was gonna have it start generating the walls with a direction mind, but then corners are a thing, and I forgot that corners existed, and that was a really pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna go through and drag my character through to show you what I'm talking about. Here's my player. Oh, you can see it's throwing swords at me, right? So this is something else I was really happy with. Oh, it's slowly killing these two. That's my health bar, right? So you can use these guys to go through. They'll destroy objects if they can, right? So the projectile it shoots is kind of slow, and you can trace it and have it like run into objects, but then also you can have it follow you. Hold on. Shoot me, you coward. You can have it follow you if I'm skilled enough. I'm not. Please. Right, so it's following me right now, and then I can have it kill an enemy, right? So that enemy just took a sword to the face. Obviously, they wouldn't be swords, but, you know, I've only got so many art assets I made for this. Same for these, right? These are golems, but they just have two little drones that shoot stuff. And there's another drone, and then you just go through like this really basic dungeon crawler. And then as you go through it, though, right, here's a health pack. By the way, the Red Cross recommends that you do not use red for your health packs. I did not heed their warning. You're supposed to use green or something because they don't like it if you have red health packs because it forget why. There's some reasoning. Basically, don't do it, but I do it anyways because I'm a little bitch, right? And there's traps too. They can run on top of these traps and kill themselves, and so can you. Um, a game that finally lets you kill yourself. Anyway, so you can go up here, right? This is a sword upgrade. So I walk over this, I get more. Sword 5 doesn't exist. Doesn't matter. We don't even care. You can go through and get upgrades. And then the rooms will slowly get bigger and bigger as you go. I don't have a good way to show you this without going to like level 50 or something. But they will get bigger and generate more and more enemies as you go. And that was the one project I was talking about where I broke it in like a million ways.